Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye, bye. Let's get to the intro. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that I stay kicking. And I appreciate the support, man. I'm very humbled by it. Thank you. Now, dun, 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 ladies and gentlemen, I think we finally figured something out before On the Tira. Shout out to On the Tira again, man. Respects for everything he's doing. But I think we might have figured something out. See, someone got a hold of me. Someone reached out to me, someone who's concerned with baby Emmanuel, and I'm not going to call him Baby Doe because that baby has a name. Mijo has a name. It was a name given to him by monsters, but it's still a name, okay? And he needs to be looked at as a baby, not a it, not a was, not a could be, but he's a baby, right? Whether he's still alive or no longer with us, the body withers away, but the soul remains, right? And it's up to us to respect the baby, to respect him, and to make sure that his soul is remembered. He is remembered properly. Now, I figured something out. There's been a lot of speculation into whether baby Emmanuel was a real baby, whether he even existed, whether he belonged to Rebecca and Jay Carl. You know, there's been people that have said maybe they kidnapped him. Maybe they bought this baby. There was no records. There was no recollection by the mother of even when he was born, the exact date. She knows a month, but not the date. There's been a lot of people speculating that when she told investigators and police that he was 7 months old, he should have been 8 or 9 months. But the reason she said 7 months, it was a slip of the tongue. And I'm sure she does some slippery ass shit with her tongue, just looking at Jake, right? And how happy he seems to be. But she had a slip of her tongue and said 7 months because the baby passed at 7 months. But let me tell you something about Emmanuel. And I'm going to clear all this birth certificate stuff up. I'm going to clear all this no records because there are no records of this child being born at any hospital close to that area. Now, again, it would be hard for anyone to get a hold of medical records because for those of you that don't know, medical records are hard to come by. It is a HIPAA violation for anyone to post anyone's medical records or for anyone in the medical field to give medical records to just anybody. So it's pretty hard. You can get people's criminal records before you can get their medical records. Like I said, it's a direct violation of the HIPAA and it's just harder to come up with. Now, once things are placed online, once they're out there, then whatever you got, you get. That's just how that goes, right? So there's a lot of speculation going on. Does baby Emmanuel exist or is he even part of that family? Could he been one of those migrant children that they somehow came across and got their whole hands on? Well, I highly doubt it. They don't seem like the type of individuals, Jake and Rebecca, that even care to have another baby in their presence. They seem like they were too busy getting high and too busy Netflixing and chilling to worry about another child. We obviously know Jake has something against children. You can just see it in his eyes. He is a big child that doesn't want to play with anybody. Don't play with my toys. He's just a big old nerd. As far as Rebecca is, she's just happy to have a younger man in her presence and is willing to do anything that man asks to go above and beyond. But I seen her yesterday in the court pictures and she looked over at Jake and she had that woman's scorn look like I ain't never seen before. I think it was brought to her attention somewhere along the line during court that Jake Harrell is willing to go ahead and point the finger at her. And oh man, there ain't nothing like a woman scorned, right? He's going to feel every bit of that. She's going to let us know everything. But let me break the news on what I found out. Now, again, this is secondhand information, but at the same time, this is the most feasible and most relatable and real story that I've heard. And it comes right from somebody who was present, one of the horse's mouths. So with all this speculation going on why there is no birth certificate, why they cannot prove that baby Emmanuel even exists, or why they cannot prove that these are the parents of the baby. And let me tell you something, like I said, Rebecca's fat ass should already know how big her child is, when he was born, how many hours she was in labor, just, I mean, every little different detail. I made sure that I called my mother yesterday to find out, hey, mom, what day was I born? She spit it out like a, how much did I weigh? 7 pounds, 8 ounces. Damn, I was a big baby. How long was I? She told me. You know what I'm saying? How many hours were in your labor? 17, motherfucker, and you're paying for every bit of it. Okay, all right, right? So now it was just that fast after 47 years. You're telling me a mother that has had a baby just 7, 8 months ago doesn't know how much he weighed? Well, there's a reason for that, and I'm about to clear it up. So yesterday, someone got a hold of me. Someone who lives very close and knows Rebecca and Jay Carl pretty good. And this person told me a story and kind of cleared all the speculation up for me. And I thought, if for no other reason, I should put this out here because I think I figured it out. Orale, on the tira, I got you, carnal. Here we go, Hums. From one dude from up north to a dude down south. See how when we unite, things can get done, right? I thought that when I look at this mother, right, Rebecca, and I don't even want to call her mother, when I look at this monster and I look at Jake, they remind me of people I know. They remind me of a particular family that I've been around, that I know, that their home is methed out the game. It's all methed up in there, right? They have family members ODing. These are the type of people that are committing fraud and scams, welfare fraud and food stamp fraud and EDD fraud. And they're all on fucking workman's comp and they're scamming it that way. And no one in the household works. All the men, you know what I'm saying, sleep in. All the women get up early, look stupid. I mean, just, I've been around a family like this where nobody in the family works. They all get their food stamps and have barbecues every fucking weekend until the shit runs out and the kids are starving, eating top ramen and Takis, right? I've seen this. This is, I've lived through it. I've been a part of it, not involved, but in the immediate surroundings of it. So I've seen families like this. And these people reminded me of that. People that don't take care of their children. People that have their kids outside running around, their kids running around outside in diapers all shitted on, right? I've seen this. And I've been like, wow, women that go out and leave their kids and have the biggest bottle of Benadryl that I didn't even know that existed. Go Timu, right? I'm just like, damn. Melatonin for reals. These types of things I've seen. But one thing I've never seen is the people go as far as killing their children or hurting their children other than emotionally screaming. And still, abuse is abuse. You can't get around it. But I've never seen hacksaws lie and fucking and fabricated stories of Mr. Ola, right? I've never seen that. That was above and beyond reproach. That right there was crazy. Well, so there's a reason why there is no birth certificate for baby Emmanuel. And it's about time that I tell you after 8 minutes into this video and you've been waiting. It's because one doesn't exist. It's because baby Emmanuel was not born in a hospital in that area. Baby Emmanuel was born in that methed up house. Let me explain to you. So according to this guy who knows the family very well, him and his wife, who's a friend of Rebecca's, this house right here is very known for the whole family getting high. You know, and when a woman does meth while she's pregnant, if she goes to the hospital, they're going to administer blood tests. They're going to check and make sure the woman is healthy enough to give birth because, again, that's what a hospital does. You know, they want to make sure that the baby is safe and the mother is safe delivering that baby, whether it's a C-section, a natural birth, however the hell they do it, right? They still got to make sure the mom is up to par. They're not trying to lose anyone. It's not what hospitals do. Now, most women know that they're going to do blood tests. So anything you have in your bloodstream will show in a test. Okay? How do I know I've been through that situation? I'm not going to say which baby mama, but let's just say I had a baby mama that had some shit in her stream. It was all bad, right? So from what this guy tells me is Rebecca did not want to go to the hospital because she was using at the time. Her and Jake were using at the time. I believe they always used. I believe that whole family, and I'm not going to say the whole family, but definitely the brother who OD'd and other family members who have OD'd in that home, you know, they were using meth. And she had it in her bloodstream, so she decided she was going to have the baby at home. And this man's old lady was right there when it happened, when she had the baby at that home. So the home that you're seeing, that is where she had gave childbirth. Now, I'm not making no fucking excuses. I'm not going to sit here and say that all the blood that they found in the living room was from childbirth. Could have been. Could have been. I'm not making excuses for them. I'm just saying things are starting to add up. The puzzle pieces are starting to come together. But that's why we were not able to find a birth certificate or any type of documentation that says that child was born in a hospital. No weight, no length, no birth certificate, no first name, no none of that. These fucking weirdos, these methed up individuals, just had the baby right there in the living room. This guy was right. His wife was right there when it happened. You know what I'm saying? I said, put that on something. I'll put that on everything. I also got another message confirming that from someone else. So that right there could pretty much clear up why there is no birth certificate. Now, as far as the blood situation in the living room, that is just something I added. That could or could not be the case, right? And I highly doubt that much blood is from childbirth, unless he was hemorrhaging or whatever. I believe that blood comes from foul play and a hacksaw, unfortunately. But that is the reason from what I'm hearing. Now, I was around families like that. And I'm going to tell you guys the truth. The baby, the birthing situation, I've seen it before. I had a homeboy. And his lady was from the most trickiest fucking Hatfield McCoy ass fucking hippied out family that you've ever seen in your life. They were straight redneck, backstage. I mean, hey, can I have a drink of your coffee? Right? They were going, hey, can I borrow your transmission? The type of motherfuckers that would knock on your door and you'd be like, oh shit, the neighbor's here. Look at this motherfucker. He's probably gonna ask to borrow my lawnmower for some coffee. He'll knock on your door. Hey, would you happen to have an extra muffler? Right? Like, what? Yeah, my muffler seems to have went out. And I've seen that you got an old 67 Bug. And even though I got a Mustang, fuck it. Let's see if it fits. Like, nah, I ain't got one of those. Just came from a redneck old back hills family, right? That looked like they just boned each other on the regular. Even the men. It was just different. And what happened was they all gave childbirth in the homes. The women. All the time. Didn't believe in going to the hospital unless you were damn near dying. Didn't believe in a lot of things, right? This is what happened. And so my homeboy was all freaked out. He called me one night. Hey, bro, you got to pick me up, bro. I said, what happened? I said, bro, I don't fucking know about this chick anymore, bro. She's talking about having my baby in a fucking... I said, oh, she's going to do that fucking childbirth in a pool and shit. No, bro, she's talking about a pool, yeah, but the one that you get at fucking Kmart in the back. The water's only this much. She's talking about she's going to sit there and shit. And if the baby comes out, bro, she's been shitting all night. I'm cool, right? Like, I was like, all right. Let me pick you up. The uncles are, go, Mary. Go, Mary. God damn, that's a big log in there, right? Like, oh, no. Had to get him away from that. I was like, you don't want to be there for the birth of your own son? He's like, bro, I've seen too much shit already. I'm cool. So I had to get my homeboy. So I've seen like different type of childbirth and weird things. So it's not too far of a reach, that they would do this. Back to the seriousness of this, right? Poor baby Emmanuel. He was born right into the clutches of evil. To be born in a meth house. Then to go through what he went through. The baby looked sad so much. It hurts my heart. It literally hurts my heart to look at pictures of him. I hate looking at pictures of him because the puffiness around his eyes, that you could tell he had a fractured face at some point in time. I can just tell these things by looking at a baby. He's not happy. He was not happy. He was not a baby that, there's babies cry and they're fussy and they need their diaper change and they might have, I don't know what it is when the babies are crying. You're like, oh shit, you're going crazy, right? But you just pat them because you love them. He never got picked up for none of this. He probably heard a whole lot of, fuck, get that mother, you know what I mean? All that. I'll kill this motherfucker, Jake, right? Rebecca, shut up. You wish you had a people like that. These motherfuckers piss me off. How can you do that to a baby, right? This baby was brought into the world under suspicious activity. All because a fat fucking pig mother, I said it, or not a mother, a monster, a meth monster, from what I'm hearing, is scared to handle her business. When you have a child, let me explain to you about having children. Most women change. I had a homegirl, gang banged out the game. More gangster than I ever could be. I couldn't walk a mile in her shoes, nor would I want to. High heels are not my thing. She was gangster. Ben Davis's suspenders, fucking brim hats, red rags, straight northern out the game. Like, she used to look at homeboys, what's up, babe? Right there, like, fuck, she's bad, but fuck. She looks like she'll beat my ass. She probably would. And then she got pregnant by one of my homeboys. I don't know what he was thinking. He might as well, that was like sleeping with his brother, but whatever, right? She was pretty. She was pretty crazy. He ended up having a kid with her. And she disappears. She's pregnant. I'm like, damn, you're pregnant. She's still trying to kick back, but she's not drinking or doing drugs. She's like, what's up, baby? Yeah, that's all right. I'll wait till I'm back. I'm going to get down. I'm like, all right, cool. A couple of years pass. I go to prison or I'm doing a violation or whatever it was. I forget, man, but I'm just out of the way, right? And I see her out of Walmart. Almost missed her. Totally different curly hair. Looks like a woman. Beautiful, right? Not gang related at all. She catches my attention. I'm like, damn, look at that ass. And I see her turn around and I see her mole she has, and I recognize her. And I'm like, oh, what's up, girl? And she's like, oh, what's up? It's been a long time. What are you doing? I said, shit, you already know, active and attractive. You know what I'm saying? Out here being a handsome devil. What's up? And she was like, oh, you're still in the mix like that? She's like, oh, that's cool. And I said, what's up with you? Why don't you ever come around? And she's like, because I had a baby, man. She's like, I had my baby. And from that moment on, I'm done. Like, I'm done. It's cool. You know what I mean? I support you guys and everything. But I'm done. Like, I don't want to be around the homies. I don't want no one around me like that. That's just not what I'm into anymore. You know, I'm just a mom. That's all I am, is a mom. I'm nothing else but a straight up mom, right? And I said, you know what? I respect it. And I was proud of her. And I watched her throughout the years come up in life and meet a regular dude and buy a home. And they had cars and minivans and all that. And that's what she chose to be, a mom. She chose to dedicate her life to her child because it was her responsibility. She knew her old man wasn't worth shit. The homeboy was locked up talking about, motherfucker, are you active? Right? I don't know what you are, but he was doing his thing, and she chose a better life for her child. And her child grew up, and I remember seeing them years later, and her child was in school, and she did what she was supposed to do. What a motherly instincts does. Fathers are like that too. It's a little bit rough for fathers. Most fathers are like, well, shit, you know what I mean? There's too much pussy out here. But a father will love his child no matter what. Especially when you have a daughter, that's daddy's girl. And I'm going to tell you right now, anybody can get it. And my daughter got her hair done the other day, and I ain't even going to lie. I was like, I'm going to have to hurt motherfuckers, right? This is just how it is. So Rebecca and Jake, the worst of the worst. But just to clarify and reiterate, man, that is why there is no birth certificate. That is why there is no medical records of where baby Emmanuel was born, because he was born in that home. And this is according to an eyewitness, someone whose wife was actually right there, who knows these people, who told me this. Didn't tell me this in confidence, like, hey, you can't tell anyone. He told me this for this specific reason, to put this story out there. I believe it to be true. It explains a lot. Okay? It's not far-reaching. It explains that these people put their fucking selves ahead of a baby. And they continue to do that. When are they going to just come clean and tell us where baby Emmanuel is? Let the baby be put to rest properly. Let the people who care and actually love this baby put this baby to rest properly. You know, is the baby's body still, are we still able to find the baby? Because, you know, one thing was brought up yesterday, and it's a very great question. We know that Rebecca bought a hacksaw and lye. And for those of you guys don't know what lye is used for, it's used to basically strip the body from the bones. Okay. And it has a distinct smell, right? They said, well, if the lye was used on this baby, okay, let's just say, and baby Emmanuel, I hate to think about it, but let's just say for content purposes, if it was used, the theory of the wild animals getting the body, wouldn't they not be attracted to this body because of the lye? That's a great question. Wouldn't the officers and cadaver dogs be able to figure out if the baby was there? That's a great question. Here's my question to law enforcement. When they took Jake to this immediate area to find baby Emmanuel, where he says baby Emmanuel was placed, right? Where are the cadaver dogs? If he's telling you there's a body out there, why don't you have cadaver dogs? Why is it just a fucking stupid nerd in a fucking orange jumpsuit and a bunch of fucking cops walking around listening to what a fucking known liar tells you? He already lied once. That's why he's got false statements to an officer. That's why he was charged with that. Why are you going to continue to let him give you false statements? Get your cadaver dogs. Let's get the community You know, it's crazy because I was told another thing yesterday. We could have fucking people in the streets rioting and protesting, and there's all kinds of armed forces and all kinds of SWAT team out there and a million people to protect property. When are you guys going to get your shit together and go out there and protect the baby and go out there and look for a baby Emmanuel? I'm just saying, in that immediate area, law enforcement needs to step their game up. So anyways, that's what it is. That's why there is no birth certificate, is because that Piruha didn't want to go to the hospital because she had meth in her system and she had the baby right there in that damn living room. Is that the blood that they found from the childbirth? Or is that something more heinous? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in. And that's the betterment of all people. And that's the bottom line. Why? Because Gun said so. Bang, bang. Hashtag let's help find baby Emmanuel.